Today, we are going to completely change how you think about one simple word, investment. Because once you see it differently, I promise you, it can fundamentally change your entire life.
So let me ask you a question. When you hear the word investment, what's the very first thing that pops into your head? For most of us, I bet it's stuff like the stock market, real estate, money. And hey, that makes sense. But what if I told you the single most powerful investment you will ever make has absolutely nothing to do with your bank account? You see, on one side, you've got the common investments we all know about, stocks, property. And yeah, they can give you financial returns. But on the other side, that's the real investment, you. And the returns, they are so much more valuable. We're talking about happiness, real confidence, and a deeper sense of success. Now that's where the real wealth is. So let's really dive into this idea, this central theme, that the most valuable assets you can ever build are the ones inside yourself. This is all about an investment that is truly more than money. Okay, so to make this super practical, we've broken it down into 5 key pillars. I want you to think of these as the huge foundational columns that are going to support your personal growth. We're talking about investing in your knowledge, your health, your relationships, your time, and finally, in self-reflection. Let's take a look at each one. All right, pillar number 1. This is the cornerstone of all growth, investing in your own knowledge. Because look, continuous learning is what gets you ready for pretty much everything the future is going to throw at you. You see, knowledge isn't just random information, it's a permanent personal asset. Think about it. Money can be lost, right? Markets can crash, but what you learn, that becomes a part of who you are. It is the one form of wealth that no one can ever take away from you. So, how do we actively build this asset? Well, it's actually simpler than you might think. You could learn a new skill you've always been interested in, commit to reading just a few more books this year, maybe take an online course on something you're curious about. The main thing, the crucial point, is to just develop that mindset of always being a learner. Now for a second pillar, and this is something that honestly underpins everything else we do, investing in your health. This is not just about avoiding getting sick, it's about building the engine that's going to power a successful and, more importantly, an enjoyable life. Because let's be real, if your body and your mind aren't healthy, then any success you ever achieve is just going to feel incomplete. What's the point of it all? Think of your health as the ultimate compounding interest for your life. If you don't have the health to enjoy your achievements, then what are we even doing here? And the return on this investment? Oh, it's not just one thing. It's a whole portfolio of amazing benefits. We're talking about more physical energy to go after your goals, the mental peace to handle all the stress life throws at you, sharper thinking power for making better decisions, and just a greater capacity to live your life to the absolute fullest. Okay, moving on to pillar number 3, which is, I think, the most overlooked asset we have, our relationships. Building your own personal board of directors with good, positive people is one of the most strategic and fulfilling things you can possibly do. Seriously, never underestimate the power of your support system. The right people, mentors, friends, just positive influences, they provide incredible value. Just think about this. Sometimes one single piece of advice from the right person at exactly the right time can literally be worth more than any financial asset. So our last 2 pillars, time and self-reflection, they're so connected they basically function as one. I mean, how you invest your time is pretty meaningless if you don't know why you're investing it, right? So let's look at these 2 together, starting with our 4th pillar, time. Time is, without a doubt, the number 1 most precious investment any of us have. Why? Because it's the one thing we spend that we can never, ever get back. So respecting your own time, using it wisely, protecting it fiercely, that's not just time management, that's investing directly into your dreams. And that leads us perfectly into our 5th and final pillar, self-reflection. A really powerful way to make sure you're using your time well is to just pause, get quiet, and ask yourself this very fundamental question. Where am I right now? And where do I actually want to go? And look, the payoff for these investments is incredibly direct. When you invest time in self-reflection, your return is clarity and a real sense of purpose. When you invest in managing your time, your return is way higher productivity and a whole lot less stress. It's a direct trade. So, now that we've looked at all 5 of these pillars, let's bring it all home and talk about your biggest return on investment. This is it. This is the ultimate takeaway. The goal isn't just to earn more. It's to be more. A true, real investment is any one that makes you a better, more fulfilled human being, period. So forget about stocks for a minute. This is your ultimate portfolio. A life that's built on lasting knowledge, on good health, on strong relationships, on unshakable confidence, and a clear, driving purpose. Now that is a portfolio that guarantees the highest and most meaningful returns you could ever ask for. Which leaves us with one final and really crucial question for you. It's not about what you learned today, it's about what you're going to do tomorrow. Looking at these 5 pillars, what will your next investment in yourself be?